Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker, and today what we're going to be doing is the power de-restriction mod on my lovely new Aprilia SL1000 Falco, which is right there. See? So I'm just going to grab you off this stand now in a second, and we're going to run through what you have to do really quick. So first, the easy stuff. You want to take off the rear seat and the front seat. The front seat is over there, and I'll show you that in a second. But the rear seat, all you do is you put your key in here, you turn it, and lift the cowl from the front, or the seat, whatever you have on here. And then the rear seat is secured by 2 bolts, one here and one here. They're 10mm, and they're a bit of a pain in the bum to get to. There's my old import plate that's going up on the wall, or export plate I should say. So the 2 bolts live right there. So the bolts live there. You have to really drag up the seat. As you can see, they're a bit damaged there from people doing it in the past. I don't like that method of seat securing. It's the same on the GSX-R, which we'll be doing the clutch on very, very soon. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but that's how you do it. So anyway, once you have the front seat and back seat off, we can then have a look at under here, which is the ECU, but I'll show you that in a second. And then we're also going to need to take off the tank and have a look at the airbox. This does look like it doesn't have the mod done, which is good, because it means I get more power. And yeah, let's jump into it anyway. So you are now on the Osmo. So you want to get this cover up, which is a bit... Yeah, if you pull it out this way, it's a bit easier. You don't even need to pull it out completely. There will do. And the wire you're looking for is, I'll get a pointing device. A pointing device. So the wire we want to cut is this one right here. So as you look at it, that one right there. As you look at it, the smaller plug, very far left of the smaller plug, and the bottom wire right here, and that looks like it's not been cut yet, which, like I said, is good news for me. Oh no, it has been cut. It has been cut and shielded already, so I do have full power, which, you know, doesn't surprise me. But anyway, that is how you would do it. You'd cut that wire, and obviously you'd shield it. Someone did a pretty good job on this one, actually, so that's what you want to do there. So the next step is to take off the tank, or just lift the tank. So we're going to do that now and see how we go. So to remove the tank cover, it's just 2 bolts right here. They're 8mm. And by the way, for anyone asking, like, oh, you know, why are you bothering opening all this off if you already know the mod is probably fully done? The reason is simple, because I don't know if the mod is fully done. I assume it is. But also, okay, just gonna have to get the thing for that. But also, you know, I'd rather verify it, and also, you know, I need to change the air filter anyway at some point, so all of this has to open off anyway. I've ordered a new air filter, so I have no problem leaving all this kind of open for a couple of days, because we'll have to do it anyway. Now, that's propped open. We need to open off the airbox, which looks like it has some tiny bolts securing it. They gotta be like 6mm. Okay, let's open it. 7mm bolts to open off the top of the airbox. And the reason you have to open the top of the airbox is to get in at the air filter. If you were taking off say the whole assembly, it would be different. But also, I will have to take off the whole assembly anyway to change the spark plugs on the front head. So this is all a good learning experience. Okay, so you can see here on this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pluggy bolts. There is already a Canon air filter in here. I've already ordered one. God damn it. Okay, well, I'll see, can I cancel that? So this is partly why I opened this up. There's a lot of oil in here. I don't know, can you see that? There you go. There's a lot of oil in the airbox. So I'm going to clean that up. It doesn't seem to have gotten anywhere else. I'm really not sure where that much of it's coming from. So I'm going to take off the whole airbox and have a look. But that is quite a bit of oil. It's possible it was overfilled in the past, but anyway, that's partly why I opened this. The other reason is here, you can see, goddamn light. So this guy right here, that would have held a kind of a restriction plate, and that restriction plate has to come off if you do the power mod. Now most of these bikes probably have this done from factory. They really should. I don't know why you wouldn't have it done. But just to check all that anyway. So next what we're going to do is take off these little throttle body bellow things and also these two bolts up the front here, and take out the full airbox to have a look and see why we have a bit of oil leaking. Okay, so as it turns out, all you actually need to do to remove the lower airbox is the 6 bolts here around the throttle body things. Sorry, I know that's making it flickery, but at least you can see. So I'm going to leave this over here because this needs a good clean. It's quite filthy, which is fine. I mean, it's an airbox on a bike that's not new. And also down here in the engine looks a bit grubby, so we're going to clean that up. I'll give all around here clean. The other things you need to take off the airbox is this pipe here, which just has a pinch clamp, and also this switch here. I'm not sure what it's for actually, but it doesn't really matter. This is just slides off there, it slides off its holder, which is on the airbox right there, and that's all you need to do. It's pretty straightforward actually to get in at the upper end of the engine. And you know, I'm also going to need to do that anyway because that's where my spark plug is. So I'm going to need to do them soon. There's 2 of them, 1, 2, and I'll need to do them and also these 2 right here. So I'm not sure how new they are. We can pop them out and have a look, but I'll probably leave that for the video that I'm actually doing that in. But that's all you do. If you're doing the power mod, you just need to clip that wire. You need to take out the airbox. Again, to take it out, you lift the tank, 2 8mm bolts at the front to lift it, and then you have 7mm bolts around the top here, and then finally you need to lift off this guy, take out, loosen those 6 bolts there, which are Allen keys. I think there are 4. And then you can access this to get out that plate that generally lives right there. And once you do that, you're good. That's the de-restriction mod done. You just need to put it all back together. So really and truly, if you buy a Falco or an Orsa SL1000 or one of the old V-twin 210, that's how you do it. It's pretty straightforward. A little bit of time in order to take everything off. But the good thing is, stop with the flickering. The good thing is once that's done, and you get in here, you can actually give it all a clean. So I'm going to give it a clean now, and then I will talk to you all and close out this video. But that's all there is to it. So clip the wire, take off the airbox upper, take off the airbox lower, take out the restrictor plate, which would generally be in there. And that's kind of all it is. It's a simple mod, and it gains you, I think, about 20 horsepower if it hasn't already been done on your bike. If it's already been done on your bike, well, you're not going to really gain anything, are you? Nice discoveries actually today. Include that Canon air filter, so hopefully I can return the one I bought or just cancel the order, and just get a Canon filter cleaner kit for that one. So that's the plan, which would be nice, because every little helps savings wise, you know. We'll see. I'm not gonna. If I have to buy a new one, I have to buy a new one. I don't know how old that one is. I know they're lifetime filters, but it's also no harm in getting a new one. Because like I said, I really like this bike. So, you know, doing the little jobs on it and stuff doesn't bother me. I'm gonna be broke, but that's okay. Sometimes. I also did charge up the battery for this bike, so once we've all this oil cleaned out and maybe diagnose where it's coming from, I'll jump back on and we might try start the bike later, because I have a feeling that oil contamination might not have been helping my starting issues. Okay, so upon closer inspection, It's actually pretty clean down here now. And the airbox is all cleaned up and stuff and free of oil. There wasn't that much in it, and there looks to be a kind of a natural breather in there, so I'm not overly concerned about it. It's just something I'm going to keep an eye on. This here is actually a crankcase ventilation thing. If you don't know what that is, it's when you get like a lot of pressure in your sump and stuff from blow by, it forces oil back up and it has to go somewhere. That pressure has to go somewhere. So that's actually the crankcase ventilation. So I would imagine over the distance I traveled, and I don't know when this was last cleaned, that's probably where that's from. So I'm not overly concerned about it. Other things I did was I tightened the throttle cables right here, which is just two 10mm bolts, which was really easy. I might change these cables out altogether soon. Anyway, if you've watched, thank you very much for watching. This was just a really quick run through on how you do that de-restriction, which was already done on my one, but still, just to show you how to get there and do it if you want to. Also, a little quick inspection on my throttle cables and the rest of the engine. It just goes to show that even when a bike is kept as clean as this one has been, there's still dirt and stuff in on the top of the head. So do take off that airbox every now and again, you know, when you're servicing it or whatever, and have a look inside just to clean it up. It'll pay you back for it. It'll pay you back for it. So yeah, the bike is insured, registered, all that good stuff. So hopefully it'll be back on the road soon once I get the spark plugs and other bits of service kit for it. And yeah, then we'll see how we go. I'm really looking forward to getting this back out on the road again because I really enjoyed riding it. So, also as a final question for anyone in the comments, if you have recommendations for exhaust for this, please do let me know. I would love to go with like a Dominator or a Delcovic, but I don't think they offer any for these bikes, and preferably a supplier in Europe because I don't really want to pay import taxes from the UK, which is a pity because there's a lot of exhaust manufacturers and suppliers based in the UK, so that's a bit sucky. But anyway. Yeah, anyway, as I said, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. I really do appreciate all your support that you give the channel. It means a huge amount to me, as you all know. And yeah, until next time, I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much again. Adios. Outro crew. That's annoying. I really was kind of hoping. I kind of knew. You know when you ride a bike, you know, I knew that wasn't 80 horsepower or whatever else. But I was really hoping I'd just have a free upgrade. But alas, it was not to be. So we'll just have to upgrade in other ways. I don't know whether to go the Power Commander route. I don't know whether to get this custom mapped by someone like RPM up in Drogheda or something. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm interested.